Hey guys, I don't really have much to talk to you about today. We filmed a little bit for channel surfing today, and you're not going to see any because it's way too private or whatever. Anyways, I baked some cookies a couple days ago and they were delicious, and we basically have run out. I have some memories to talk to you about and so little time to talk to you about them because this is my third time doing it because it keeps on screwing up. Okay, as a kid, I had a lot of nosebleeds, and I remember three specific times I've had some nosebleeds when I was in elementary school. All of these memories will be in elementary school. So the first memory, alright, I was in gym. Alright, in gym they teach you all these abstract sports, you know, and one of them was called kickball. Which was basically soccer / baseball. It was weird. Anyways, for some reason or another, I had
baseball with a ball you kick instead of hit with a bat.
Exactly. So for some reason or other, I had a nosebleed. Maybe somebody elbowed me in the face. Anyways, I had the nosebleed. That was the point. A ball flew past me, you know, and I wasn't thinking. I zipped my head back to see where that ball went. But stupid me, a drop of blood escaped from my nostril and dropped onto the floor. Splash. The coach stopped, whistled, and he's like, "Blood, floor, everyone, line up." So what happened was, all because of me, every kid in that classroom, there was like 30 kids, lined up like they're about to get executed or something, and they made us do this thing where they rolled back our sleeves and showed our wrists like this. I mean, come on. This is like 5th grade. Who's gonna cut their wrist? But everyone was doing this. No one had a cut wrist. No one was
5th graders.
No one had any visible cuts. But I'm the only one in the whole entire crowd going like this. My head's tilted back, I'm like sucking blood, swallowing it. No one even notices though. And that was that memory. And another time, it was during playground and it was winter. No one should let kids play on playgrounds in winter. They could hurt themselves, like me! And I climbed up one of the playgrounds onto one of the wooden platforms, except it wasn't just wooden, you know, sturdy. It was slippery with ice. And as soon as my foot caught the platform full of ice, my head, very painful. My head smashed into the ice. And I mean, I wasn't even thinking about nosebleed. I mean, it was just painful, so I started like crying. So I had one of those winter hats. I just kind of pulled it over my eyes so no one would see me crying. And a teacher stopped me. He said, "Dave," I'm like, what? And he's like, "Who did that to you?" I was unaware that my nose looked like it was shot with a shotgun. I mean, my whole face was basically red with blood everywhere. And I almost pointed out a bully of mine. I almost said, "He did it." That would be a lie, wouldn't it? We'll get to that later. But no, I went to the nurse and everything was fine. Another time I had a nosebleed. The school was over and we're all excited to leave. And some kid in front of me, I've never seen the guy in my life, he just turns around and point blank punches me in the face. That was painful and stupid of that guy, because I wasn't doing anything to him. Those are my nosebleed things. Alright, now I'm going to tell you another story. Andy was telling me a story about his nosebleed once. You guys didn't get to hear it because it screwed up. But
basically I bled all over a page of a book and it was horribly nasty and the entire chapter was destroyed.
Massacre.
And it wasn't my book either.
So, there's this one time in second grade, I must have been really sick, but it was like reading time, and then suddenly, my mouth like fills up with like puke. And so I have to, oh my god, and I'm trying to get the attention of the teacher. I'm like, I have to throw up, but I can't talk because there's puke all inside my mouth. So I try to do it with these abstract movements. I'm like, like that. And she's like, I don't understand what you're saying. Okay, kids, time to, you know, play with toys or whatever you do in your 2nd grade. And so what I do is I have to ad-lib. I have to figure out what to do. So I go into the back room where there's all the toys and everything, and there's this bookshelf. Perfect opportunity. I lean over the bookshelf. There's a little crease at the side of the bookshelf, and I'm like, pull it out a little bit. Should I become a CSI? And I puked behind the bookshelf. I never heard anything about it later on, but that is disgusting. I know. Who out there knows about Heads Up 7-Up? Everyone does. And everyone knows that you put your head down and you put up your hand like this, waiting to be, you know, chosen to be one of those standing up, picking whoever picked you. And here I was. I'm like, all right. I hear nothing at all. And then the teacher's like, Dave, I look up. No one's in the classroom. I look behind me at the doorway. Everyone's standing around the teacher, and they're laughing at me because I'm still playing a game that seems to be long over. And I mean, how could I not hear them get up from their desks and get to the door? I swear to you, they were ninjas. In our lunchroom, there was a traffic light, you know, green, yellow, red. It was just a normal traffic light. You'd think, but what it is it's secretly a device that measures the decibels in sound, in volume, and if a sound gets too loud, the green turns to red and alarm blares, you know, and a teacher would come forward and basically tell everyone to shut up, or if the alarm goes off again, our second playground time, none, and we'd all shut up. It's a stupid device because, I don't know. Alright, I've mentioned this before in my video journals, I just never went into depth with it. Alright? I was in a playground once, and I found a dime. It was a little dime. I don't know if I thought it was a lucky dime, or I just thought 10 cents was one heck of a treasure. But I didn't want anyone to steal my lucky 10 cents, so I stuck it into my mouth while I did the monkey bars, because I needed to use both my hands. And whoops, down it went. I swallowed the dime. I mean, it was fine. It went down like jello. I mean, I thought nothing of it. Then I got picked up from school. And I'm like, hey, Mom, yeah, school was fun today. I swallowed a dime. And then my mom's like, you what? I mean, we didn't even stop to home. We just went straight to the emergency center, you know, emergency room. And we got me checked out, x-rayed. Sure enough, there was a dime in there. And you know what? The next few weeks were agonizing. I mean, we had to dig through some leftovers, if you get my saying. You know, so make sure the dime comes out. We never saw the dime. I'm not dead. I didn't think I would be. It was just horrible. It was a horrible time. Horrible time. I'm sorry. Alright guys, I'm going to tell you the most horrific time of my life ever. Ever in my life. It was on my birthday. Okay? Usually on my birthday, I get lucky and don't have to go to school. Usually it's a weekend. or it's a snow day, or it's President's Day. It's usually one of those. And I'm usually lucky and not get it. But one day I had to go to school, and I'm like, oh man. And my mom gave me this wooden carved bear. It was like holding this red heart that said, I love you or something, and for some reason it meant something to me. So I brought it to school, had it set down on my desk, facing me. Alright? School was fine the whole day until the end. Alright? In the main lobby, my brother and I were like looking through our agendas, trying to see what homework we have, and then it occurred to me that I left the bear back in the classroom. So I'm like, oh, hold on, I gotta go back to the classroom and get my bear. And before I got to the classroom, my teacher stopped me as she was leaving the classroom. She's like, where are you going? And I'm like, oh, I didn't want to sound stupid by saying I left a toy bear and I want it. No, I had to sound cool because I'm a cool kid. And I said I left my agenda in there. And you know, agendas are important, so she's like, okay, yeah, go ahead and get it. So I went in there, and I got a little bear, and I stuck it in my pocket. And I was leaving. Teacher, just standing overhead, looming down on me with their piercing evil eyes. And they're like, you lied to me. You are a liar. And then they like held up agenda with my name on it. This is your agenda. You lied to me. You said you were coming to get your agenda, but here it is. And then, I mean, it wasn't so bad, but other teachers saw the teacher to me, and they decided to join in the action of ridiculing me. Sorry. And so there's like 5 teachers around me telling me that I'm a liar and no one likes liars, that I lied to them, that I'm an evil little boy that lies and no one likes liars. Basically, it like lasted like maybe 15 minutes. But to me, it felt like it lasted 5 hours. And then I walked home crying. That was horrible. That was a horrible memory. I'm sorry, I had to tell you guys though. There's a couple times in my past that I have stolen things. I didn't tell anyone about these, but alright, everybody knows Lost and Found. Alright? Everyone knows it's a little box full of like knickknacks and paddywhacks. And but this was not a box full of little, you know, shirts and lunch boxes and stuff. No! No. They had this table, this big long table set out, had like a tablecloth. At the end of the table had this free candy cane, take one. And I mean, this looked like a black market. It was just a whole bunch of things. I mean, free for the taking, you know? So I'm just looking at, okay, wow, that I don't want free underwear. And I saw it. It was like this orange and yellow pen. Except this was no ordinary pen. No. This is like vibrated. It was like... And when you tried to write with it, it just screwed everything up and you couldn't write. It was just funny. It was a funny pen. It may have screwed up in like 3 days, but it was fun while I had it. I stole it. I'm a thief. Just thinking back on it, I remembered that I stole something else. And you know what? I still have it. Here it is. Wayside School gets a little stranger. I stole this book. And you know how? Here, look, I'll show you. In the front cover, there's a little weird face with a little unibrow-like looking thing. And let me tell you all right now, that unibrow is just a colored in with crayon, and it used to have a name right there, not mine. I know exactly who it belongs to. But I like the book, and they're not getting it back. Alright, we used to have a principal. His name was Mr. K. He was the greatest principal in the world. He was a nice guy. He eventually retired while we were still in school. And then there was a new principal. Now let me ask you guys something. Have you ever seen the show Weakest Link? You are the weakest link. Goodbye. You know, that lady,
Evil.
that evil lady, like, she's like a demon or something. She, before she went into weakest link, I swear to you, she worked as the principal of our elementary school. It was horrible. She even made her own dollar. It was like called the, what was her name?
Mickey.
Mickey Buck. And you had to pay your teacher every time you did something bad, and if you ran out, you were disciplined or something.
You couldn't go on a field trip.
You could not go on a field trip. Now I'm going to tell you one more memory. Alright? Now, I want you all to think that this is a dollar bill. This yellow piece of Post-it is a dollar bill. Okay? For some reason or other, I had a dollar bill once, and I didn't want it, so I said to a friend, I'm like, hey, you want a dollar? And they said, sure, yeah. They took it, and I felt good about myself. But when I came back from lunch, inside my desk was a dollar bill. Looks like the same dollar bill that I gave my friend. I mean, I've seen too many magic tricks in movies back in the day, so I thought this was some kind of evil magic trick, like it somehow magically reappeared in my desk. I'm like, I don't want the dollar! So, you know what I did next? I had a foolproof plan, and I would have been totally scared if it happened, if it worked. I walked over to the trash bin, and I thought, and I got it. I ripped the dollar in half, like twice, and I threw it into the garbage bin. And then I said, let's see you come back from that, evil dollar. And I returned to my desk. I looked all around it. It wasn't there. Then I thought to myself. And then I walked over to that person who I gave the dollar in the first place. And I said, you wouldn't have happened to give him back that dollar that I gave you earlier, did you? And then they're like, yeah, I couldn't really accept it. Sorry. And then I felt really stupid. Those are my memories. All of them. Nope.
That would have been funny.
Peace out, guys. I will talk to you guys later.